Hello and welcome to CTR Cyber 5. 5 tips in 5 minutes to improve cybersecurity internal controls. I am your host, Jenny Hederman, Risk Counsel with the Office of the Comptroller. Our guest today is Beth Lentini Walker, CEO of Lumen Worldwide endeavors. Beth has enormous business compliance and legal experience with over 2 decades as an attorney. She's a law professor in both the US and Europe, and is a certified corporate governance professional and a certified compliance and ethics professional. She has worked as a federal regulator in global corporate companies operating in 105 countries and as a consultant. It's also really exciting that she has just published her first book, Raise Your Game, Not Your Voice, How Listening, Communicating, and Storytelling Shape Compliance Program Influence. Beth is going to share 5 tips to mitigate cyber risk with two-way dialogue. And we'll jump right into cyber tip number 1. Welcome, Beth.
Thank you so much. So one of the most important things about two-way dialogue is listening. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, and there's a reason for that. We should be doing more listening than we are speaking. And sometimes it's easy to forget that. You've got a lot of information you want to convey. There are highly technical matters that you may be the subject matter expert at, but listening to what your audience needs is really important, because only by understanding what the people that you are speaking with need can you communicate in a way that will change behaviors. So listening is one of the most important skills, and it's one of the ones that I like to start with first. Listening for their meaning, not for preparing your own answer. The second tip is be an organizational scholar. Now, this holds true whether you're at a company, a nonprofit, working with the government. You need to understand the ins and outs of what makes the group that you are with tick. So you can see what the regulatory agenda is. You can look at some of the recent decisions that have come out of your organization. If you're with a for-profit enterprise, you can look at press releases, you can look at their financial statements, how they're interacting on social media, and it gives you a really good amount of insight. Now, being an organizational scholar is a practice. It's not a one-time deal. So you need to make sure that this is something that you're incorporating into the how you do business every single day. The third tip is use the power of storytelling. For millennia, human beings have been telling stories. Why? Because it's how we connect and we can learn in a safe environment. So telling stories about what you're trying to accomplish is something that is a really powerful tool in terms of helping people connect to what you are doing. So use stories whenever you can. If you don't have stories of your own, then you can borrow them, rip them from the headlines, do whatever you need to do, but connect people with a why that is told through a story, and they'll remember it more. The fourth tip is be curious. Be curious and ask good questions. Ask questions that aren't yes or no. Ask questions using words like how or why, not just what. And finally, the fifth tip is put the audience at the center of everything you do. You may have an audience of 1, it may be an audience of 5, it may be a very broad audience, it may be the public is your audience. But make sure that in the way that you communicate, you are cognizant of what the audience needs to hear, not just what you want to say. It's really important because message sent is not necessarily always message delivered if you haven't decided to put your audience at the center of what you're doing. So that's it for the top 5.
Thank you. That's terrific. We really appreciate it. Beth Lentini Walker. For more information on cybersecurity internal controls, please check out our cyber page at macomptroller.org. That's a wrap. Thanks for watching CTR Cyber 5, and we'll see you again.